Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls of YouTube. My name is Dan. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. I hope that you're all doing okay. I know there's been some really weird energy that's been sitting around just everyone. I know that the people that are super sensitive to energy are really feeling affected by it. So I hope that you're all doing okay, that you're taking care of yourself, and that you're making a lot of time to rest right now. And if you are someone that is in need of support, I really, really encourage you to reach out to the people that love you and get that support. I'm looking at my monitor again. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get into it now. I've got the microphone like very close to my face, closer than I usually would have my microphone, because there's a lot of music going on around me in the other rooms, and I want to try and control as much background noise as we can possibly get. Let's get into the Knight of Wands, Four of Swords. I say that because I find I'm like talking very quietly because the microphone is very close. Getting a bit ASMR up in this reading. But if you're like, she's talking differently, I am talking differently. I'm talking as if the microphone is very close and I don't want to break your phone speakers or whatever headphones you're using. Let's look at the Knight of Wands, Four of Swords energy. First and foremost, I feel like there are some of you that feel like this might be yourself that you're concerned about, or someone close to you is on a path that is heading somewhere quite worrying. Maybe this is a child, maybe this is someone in your family who's a bit younger, but I feel like there's a lot of worry over someone in your family. It could very well be to do with their mental health, but I feel like you're worrying a lot about someone. Will get some information on what's going on in that situation, so hopefully that can alleviate some of your worry. And then we have the Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. We have a lot of positive, abundant messaging coming in, coming up in your future, so we can get into that as well. Universe, please insight and information into this Knight of Wands, Four of Swords energy. What can you tell the collective about the situation that might help them have more information, maybe alleviate their worry, maybe give them some guidance on what they can do to support the people around them? We have the Page of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. Okay. This individual that you are worried about, or maybe it's even you, just worried about yourself and where your path is taking you. What they're going through is this period of deep introspective learning. They're really, really taking a lot of experience and a lot of pain and having to like alchemize it. So they are like in the thick of having to understand what has been going on with them. So there's a lot of heartbreak, there's a lot of healing going on, and they're in the midst of that process. And as we all know, as people who have done any form of healing, like there is a part where it really, really hurts, where that wound is open and it's raw, and we're dealing with that. That's what they're going through right now. So they might be very closed off. They might be trying to keep things very to themselves. So I can understand why you're worrying about that, but they are going to be okay. There are people that can take care of them and help them emotionally and spiritually and help their soul rest. I do feel like you're kind of one of those people that helps their soul rest, but know that they have like a very stable situation around them. Now, if this is you, that this is the energy that we're tapping into, maybe you're not aware of the amazing support system that is around you, but it is around you. So just reach out for help, reach out for, like, talk to the people around you, communicate with them, because they will be able to bring you out or forward, help you move forward on your healing journey. Yes. Okay. Let's get into the Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I want to move on from this energy because the worry is heavy. I know that the worry is heavy for those of you that are worried about yourself, worried about the people around you. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay, and nothing is going to be as bad as you think it's going to be. But I can feel it, and take some deep breaths, take the time, maybe the day, maybe a couple of days to really, really rest and look after yourself, because I don't think you're going to quite have the capacity to do what you would usually do if you weren't preoccupied by this worry. So give yourself a bit of grace and space dealing with that, and I'll be thinking of you. So we have the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles. We have some good news coming in. So let's get into it. Universe, please, insight and information into this good news that is coming in for the collective. I'm having to really try and shift the energy because it feels like, you can't breathe with the worry. Whew, let's all take some deep breaths. Let's take a breath in, and then another breath in. Do it twice more, breathing in, another breath in and out. One more time, breath in, another breath in and out. Okay. Immediately bottom of the deck we have the Sun. We do have so many good things coming in. Let's hear some good news, universe. Let's hear some good news for this beautiful collective. Okay, we have some wands going on here. Queen of Wands, 6 of Wands, Hanged One, and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. There is going to be some forward movement and some reconnection coming in that I feel like has been a little bit blocked, has been a little bit stagnant. Maybe you feel like this reconnection hasn't reconnected yet. Maybe you've been awaiting some kind of connection to come back, but it's coming forward now because the person that you're trying to connect with has really sat with themselves and is coming back towards you a little bit more transformed, like a little bit different. For some of you, I feel like it could have been a really, really long time that you haven't been in contact with them. It could literally be like a week and you're like, oh, this person that I'm usually in contact with, like, why are they not messaging me back? Like, where did they go? They're a little bit MIA. Like, they've just needed a second to recenter within themselves. Like, it's not as big of a deal as you think it's going to be. In fact, it's going to be really, really healing when they come back towards you as this version of themselves. And they're going to really reignite this connection specifically over like a shared passion that you both have together. Let's get into that one a little bit more. Let's get into the 3 of Pentacles. Universe, please, insight and information. Okay, first and foremost as well, I really feel like this person thinks that you are beautiful, that you are just absolutely glowing. Like, they just look at you and they're just like, oh. And it could be a romantic thing. It could also just be like a totally platonic. Like, if you're a girl and it's a girlfriend of yours, they're just like, oh my God, babe, you are glowing. And I love that. But they really just see you with so much admiration in your like entire current form, not some like past iteration of you, but like they think that your current form is the most beautiful iteration of you that they have ever seen, and they just see you doing all of those things and they're just like so about what you are doing, who you are being, and the way that you are showing up. So we have the Strength, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. So the reason why they're coming towards you is because they feel like they've healed enough within themselves where they are going to allow you in. I feel like they were the kind of person that had a lot of pride about what they were good at, what they were skilled at. And like we said, you had a shared passion over here. Like, I don't think they ever really wanted to admit that you would be someone that could help them, but I think they are past the point of needing that superiority of like, I can do everything by myself, and they're finally in a place where they're like, oh, they can really help me. Like, they do so many amazing things. They're so beautiful. They're so glowing. They're so accomplished. They're so talented. They're so smart. They have such amazing insight. And I'm ready to let that light in. I feel like in this relationship that was never let in, like you in your fullest capacity, was never really let into that relationship, because I feel like maybe you're in similar career paths or similar passions, or you have similar skills, but like they never I'm so sorry. They never overlapped. And they've been a little bit blocked in what they've been doing. So they're like, okay, it's time to let them in. They're really, really, like, they've gotten to a point where they're strong enough, and they have put their pride aside. When I said they're coming to you different, like their ego is completely dropped. Like they really are so different when they come towards you. So know that the time it has taken between communication has been really, really vital, really, really, really important that they go through that, because they're ready to not only accept you and acknowledge you for the entirety of the being that you are, but like embrace and include that, and involve that in their world, which I think is like a long time overdue. Like they've only really been able to get so far, and like they can see that now, that like their skills can take them so far, but to go any further they do need other people. And you've always been someone who is just like right there, absolutely owning and honing your craft, and they're ready to let a little bit of your light in, a lot of your light in. Let's see what else we have on the cards here. It could even be a workplace thing, actually. Like it really is feeling like that. So if you are resonating with this reading, I would appreciate it if you would drop a comment. Let me know, how's everything feeling? Oh, one more card. Yeah. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, and Queen of Swords. Okay, this has been a feeling that has been coming through a lot. Your calm and leadership is going to be so needed very, very soon. There is going to be a great, with great power comes great responsibility, jumps into my head, but you kind of are someone who is known to, like, when something is passed to you, when someone gives you the authority over something, it's in good hands. Like, it's going to be taken care of. And there are people in your world that learn that, and it might take people a certain amount of time to learn that, because maybe they want to be that person that's in control and has it all together. But I'm getting the feeling that you are very, very organized, maybe very business minded. You're the kind of person that really thrives in an environment where you get to kind of be in charge, and be the one to delegate and be the one to organize. So it's getting to the point where you have, like, you know, a certain amount of plates spinning, and you're keeping them there, and it's all good, and you're in control of it, and you're about to be given another really, really big responsibility. For a lot of you, this could be a very emotional responsibility. It could be some kind of really big change going on in your world. A lot of people are going to rely on you for support. That's as much as I'm willing to say on that. I'm getting other feelings, but I don't want to put any of that energy out there. I know I'm being really cryptic. People are really going to be leaning on you for support. So know that that's coming. You being calm, you being ready to communicate is going to be something that's really, really important for you coming up. So if you ever feel like, oh, I don't really need to send a text, I don't really need to, you need to be like nearly over communicative in this period of time, because that tool of yours needs to be sharpened. You are kind of going to be the communicator for people who are not in a place where they can speak for themselves. You're going to need to be advocating for people, and you're going to need to be the kind of person that can navigate conflict and confrontation in a way that is very assertive, like not aggressive, assertive. You need to be able to be firm, and you need to be fair, and you need to be very clear. So the message that I'm getting is like, this is very important. There are going to be people around you that really, really need you to be like the point of contact for certain situations coming up. So before that comes up, really start to hone and practice your communication skills. Don't shy away from a confrontation. Remember that confrontation doesn't mean conflict. And you are in control of the dialogue. It is always a dialogue. And if people start to react in a way that feels aggressive or feels really, really negative, you can still be in that dialogue while not engaging with that energy. And you need to be able to practice doing that. We can accept that that person is of that mindset. And if they are of a fixed mindset that nothing can change, or you can't see them seeing anything other than what their perspective is, you can assert your point. You can protect the people that you need to protect through your actions. I'm getting the feeling that like you're kind of being the one sent out to face quite a dark energy or an energy of confrontation, and you're having to ensure that that person doesn't get to the people that you're trying to protect in this, but also having to keep things calm so that the situation isn't escalating. There's a lot of mediating going on here. You, like I said before, you're going to be an advocate for someone or a group of people. So it's time for you to start practicing your conflict resolution skills and your communication skills. And if that's not one of your strengths yet, girl, get on it. Start practicing it. There's nothing to fear. You've got you to protect yourself. You've got all of the strength behind you. You wouldn't have been given this role. You wouldn't have been given this job. You wouldn't be given this responsibility if the universe didn't think you could handle it. You are the only one that can handle it, and that's why it falls to you. Universe, please, last insight and information for this beautiful collective before I leave them today. The Seeker, all-seeing eye, spirit release. Could you surrender just a little bit more? There is this calling for you to trust more. I feel like part of you still wants to be the one writing the narrative. Maybe there are some control issues just because you feel like you've been around certain people that have been hyper controlling of your narrative, highly manipulative, and that leaves you in a place where you really have to try and control everything that goes on. You are not in that place anymore. You can control you, and you can't control everything that goes on around you, but you need to trust that you're safe, and no matter what the situation is, you will be able to deal with it because you have. Trust. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading, and I'll see you in the next one.